If I knew this earlier, I would have manifested my dream life 10 times faster. Hey guys, hope you're well. And in this video, I will be sharing 5 things with you. These 5 things have actually changed my life. And I really wish if I had known these things earlier, I would have been able to change my life 10 times faster. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I did, because of which I will be telling and sharing these things with you. They are not secrets, it's just that it takes a lot of time and effort to finally come to realization that these things matter and to be able to help yourself with these things. So learn from this. This will absolutely help you get your dream life 10 times faster than what I did, and that is the goal of this. So let's get into it. Number 1, inspired action is not chasing. I think that there are many people who might be watching this video and who follow me and me myself who have struggled with the concept of love. Love has been one topic that has been slightly triggering, has been something that we have suffered from, and relationships is something that a lot of people go through anyhow, so that's completely fine. Also, there might be a lot of people who would be watching this who are manifesting a specific person. I was at some point in my life manifesting this one person who I really wanted. At that time, what I used to do is I used to chase this person a lot. Now, chasing comes in stages. Firstly, I used to text them 24 hours, like 24/7. I used to call them, used to show up outside their house hoping they would come and see me, used to do all these things, used to put up stories so that they can reply, used to, tell other people to tell them to text me. All these things I have done, right? At that time, even though I was doing these things, I realized that they are not good, that I'm chasing, that they are desperate, right? Then I stopped doing those things, but this didn't mean that chasing had stopped. After this, I started giving myself subtle ways to chase. How did these subtle ways work? Maybe I would just tell myself that, you know what, I just want to eat this food, so I will maybe eat it from that place. In my mind, I knew that I just really want to go there because maybe they live near the area and they will come and maybe we will meet, or maybe we will just bump into each other and we will have a conversation. I used to actually go out and have fun with friends, but all in my mind was I telling myself that, I will go out, I will have fun, and I will put this story so that they can see I'm having fun. Which wasn't I was not having fun. I was just constantly thinking I will go out, have fun, post stories, they will see that I'm having fun, they will probably think I'm a cool person and come to me. I started putting myself in a position where I started ignoring the things that I like, and I told myself that I just don't like these things anymore. In truth, what I was doing is I was trying and pretending to change myself in hopes that if I'm more likable according to what their version of likable is, that they will like me. Unfortunately, these things were not actually inspired action, as I was telling myself at that time. All of these things were signs of chasing. All of these things were me trying to manipulate the circumstances in a way, hoping that if I do it enough number of times that they will like me. Neither did it not work. It only made me more desperate. It only worsened my circumstances. I actually got into a position where I realized that, I don't like myself. Because at some point I'm saying I'm loved, and then I'm doing all these things. But how can I be loved if I can do all these things right now in my life, right? It's not about shame. It's about realizing that my affirmations have to connect with my words. So, number 1 thing that will help you manifest 10 times faster is if you stop telling yourself something is inspired action when you actually know it's just manipulation and chasing, and you stop it. The next thing, my choices are super important. Now, at some point, I used to think that, these small choices don't truly matter. Right? What was the case if I just wake up late today? What is the case if I just miss the gym today? It's just one cheat meal and it's just all these things. And it just used to compile, right? I'm not saying that you need to be super hard on yourself and understand that you can never have a cheat day, or you can never miss your gym, or you can never wake up late, or you can never miss your routine. That's not the reason. It's just in subtle ways you don't want to constantly find out excuses to not do what you know you need to do. Our small choices also matter. They all compile. We all compile these choices and we make it a full product. And this full product is what our life becomes. So my choices matter just like yours do. And even small choices matter. When you show up for yourself, even when no one is watching, even when your coach doesn't know, even when your SP cannot see it yet, that's when it truly matters. And when you show up for yourself enough number of times, that's when the world will automatically know that you are someone worth showing up for. So never forget that. Never tell yourself otherwise. Always understand that your small choices also matter. The next thing that I did, which absolutely helped me, is that I delayed gratification. Now, this was especially true in two areas of my life. Number one was love, and number two was money. What used to happen with me previously is that when I started working on myself, I would receive some movement, right? Maybe I would get some money, or I would get this girl to like me, or I would get some small validation. And at that time, what I used to do is I used to think that, you know what, I did this routine, I have gotten this result. Now I don't need to do anything forward. Now I can just let it go. And I would just slowly slip back into my old self. What this would do is that this would eventually lead me into just removing every set of work that I had done, and I would just go back into the previous me. The results that I got were also lost, and at that time I didn't realize why this was happening. It's only after I worked on myself for a prolonged period of time and I stayed consistent even regardless of whatever results I was seeing, that I realized that results only stay for a longer period of time if I realize that these small movements or these small things that I get won't truly mean anything if I don't delay my gratification right now and I don't keep on persisting. Once I started this prolonged journey, I started realizing that if I do the work for a long period of time and I only focus on the end, I can celebrate the middle part, but I don't have to actually take my foot off the gas. I can still keep on persisting and I will enjoy after I have reached the end, which is a very important thing to do, because we just don't want one-time results. We want sustainable, full, long-term results. The next thing, the more I worked on myself, the more lucky I got. Now, this is something I didn't just see in my page, in my career, in my other areas. This is something I have seen in other businesses. This is something I have also seen in my love life. I will give you a very small example. The girl that I'm dating right now, right? And our relationship is going fine, right? Our relationship is going fine. Nothing wrong with it. But just one random day I was sitting and I thought that, there are some aspects where I might be able to improve. So I will just focus on that. I didn't ask her, didn't tell her that I'm going to be doing this. I just started focusing on these small things, right? Maybe I started sending her pictures, or maybe I started doing these small things. When I met her, I always hug her a little tighter. All these things started happening, right? And as I started doing this, I automatically saw that, without me even saying anything to her, there were some things that I wanted her to change that she automatically started doing. She started randomly complimenting me more. She started hugging me more. And I saw this in my career too. So there was this one time what happened was, and I am personally someone who has never had a trouble with orders. There is another business that I'm talking about, but I didn't have any issue with that, right? And even here, in my page, I have never had trouble with clients, right? I know a lot of people who might have, but it's a different story. What I saw was that whenever I used to post regularly, whenever I used to thoroughly study a subject, this used to happen with me in school. Even now, I study a lot of things, but whenever I apply that, I see that the more I learn, the more consistent I am with these small things that I feel don't matter. I start getting luckier. I start receiving results. I start getting these things out of the blue that I didn't think were possible. Why? Because I was just putting in the work, and the more work I put in, the more sure I got of myself, the more sure I got of the success I will receive, and it started coming to me. And that's absolutely amazing. The next thing that helped me manifest 10 times faster is just to realize that my natural self is anyway loved. That my natural self doesn't really have to do anything. My natural self doesn't really need to convince anyone to love me. It doesn't really need to be a different person to be loved. I don't need to earn more money to be loved. I don't need to provide to be loved. I am just generally loved. And if I am my truth, if I come from my own security, if I come from my own confidence, love is something that will automatically come to me. Love is something I wouldn't need to chase. Love is something that would become a normal and a natural part of my life. The more I realize this has been the biggest one. The more I realize this, the less I felt the need to do. And if I did anything, it came out of unconditional love. Like I was giving the example that I worked on these few things for my girlfriend, right? they came out of love. They didn't come out of I want her to change. They came out of I am going to change because I'm unconditionally putting this love towards this person. So I hope that these 5 things can inspire you, that they can teach you that there are many things that you can achieve 10 times faster than I did if you just apply them. If you just apply them for a consistent long term basis in your life. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you liked the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.